Be making basics.
What's going on YouTube? Be Making Basics back again with another video. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe because we're going back to back with bangers. Today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to sync soul samples in Logic Pro. Let's jump in. Now, when I say sync soul samples, sometimes when you drag and drop your soul samples into Logic and you try to lay down a drum pattern, you'll find that it's not properly lining up for whatever reason when you start adding the drums. And so this is going to help you to get around that. So the first things I'm going to do is actually pull up the quick sampler here. So I'm going to go with a MIDI track and then under instrument, go to quick sampler. I already have some preloaded sounds in here, but if you're brand new, all you have to do is just go to your computer, Splice or whatever, drag and drop your sound right here. And then you can save as, and then you'll start to see your sounds populate right here. So I'm just going to go to a basic snare. We'll put like a snare pattern in here or whatever, just to get this rolling and know that this is going to sync up properly. Because when you have actually your like some type of rhythm, that's what's going to tell you if it's synced up. And that's what I mean by synced up. You know what I'm saying? It's going to pretty much go with the BPM. See how it's just tap, tap, click, tap, 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 click. So whenever you bring in a sample, it should instantly link in with that. So let's just check this out. Okay, bet. So we have this basic clap or snare pattern here just to make sure that everything's going to sound synced up. Let's go to Splice right here. I found this sample. So we're going to drag it and drop it into the workspace window. And obviously when I push play, it's not going to be synced up automatically because, you know, this is at 65 BPM. We have the session at 128 BPM. Okay, so it's not synced properly. So the first thing I would say to do is always just go over here to this flex tool, which is this horizontal hourglass, and then also click it here, and then you can zoom in. And actually, if you look at these little points, these are all lined up around certain transients in the sample, and you can get in there and really, you know, do a whole lot. Usually when you see it like this, if you just take the end of the sample and move it within this 8-bar loop, it should sync it automatically, but it's not always the case. Let's just check and see if it does it. See, so that's not always the best way to do it. You really have to come in here and line up the transients with this most of the time. Sometimes you also have to go in and stretch it. You can say, okay, I'm going to take it past another 8-bar, make it super slow. That's not always going to work either. This is 4, 2, 1. See what I'm saying? So it doesn't always work that way. But what I would say to do is just stretch it out, whether it be a 4-bar or 8-bar loop or bring it out even a whole 16. And you want to go in here, and where you see these little dotted lines, that's going to represent certain transients. Again, you're just going to come over here and move this around to meet or match where it should be. And you see that I'm having to take this and just keep on moving this around. And here's a tip too. If you actually, you can go bar for bar on this as well. And that will help you, be able to move this around better. And actually, some of this stuff should have been chopped up right here. It's just, you have to pretty much come in here and mess with these transients. This is the main part of this video. Because some soul samples are gonna just immediately work, some are not. So yeah, just come over here, highlight the part that you need to work on, and you can always like do it there. Like for instance, right here, you see how this is not messing, like for driving well. I can just push Command T, and now this is gonna like chop this one up, and then now I can extend it, so without affecting everything else. Okay, so that's good enough right here just to get this rolling, just to show y'all what we would do. After you do all this, then what you do is highlight everything, right click, and then you can do a bounce in place. Okay, so go to bounce and join, and that's gonna create a new file here. And now once I took this and drag it and drop it into the quick sampler, everything is going to be lined up properly. So this is where I can go to classic mode, and I can, you know, play it on any key on the keyboard and it should line up. But you do have to push this first.